What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back to another video with your boy Abe Shaw, man. I know I told you guys I was gonna come on here, make a video on what happened today in the markets, because it was like a lot of volatility in the market, specifically for SPX500. I'm pretty sure, obviously, if you don't know, this is NFP week, aka the non-farm payroll week. Is basically where every week on the first of the month, every first Friday of the month, there are high volatility news that comes out, right? Unemployment rates, anything in that nature, everything comes out on that Friday. But what they don't talk about is throughout the week there are still like a lot of high volatility news that are coming out that's gonna affect the market. It may play a major role in how you trade. So like for me specifically, when I trade indices, I don't really see as much like fluctuation as I would see for, let's say, if I traded a currency pair, which is kind of like why I started steering more towards the indices during NFP week in general, and just like overall why I only basically for the most part trade NFPs. Basically for the most part why I trade indices to this day, right? But that's not what we're here for. Just want to give you a little gem on that. We're here for how we call it the buy, the sell, the buy, and then potentially another sale, and I might get it straight to y'all if it doesn't happen already by the time you watch this video, right? So without further ado, I'll catch you guys on the chart. Just wanted to chop it up with you guys for a little bit, and I hope all is good. Alright, so let's for starters, I'm just saying this today honestly couldn't have played out so much more smoother. Not only that, but just in general, like, I'm gonna go over the importance of setting take profits and why you should always set a TP no matter what. So if you're somebody that's already a part of my selling chef, if you're somebody that's in my academy, or if you're just a regular individual, I'm gonna show you the real importance of why you should always set a take profit no matter what when it comes to trading, right? So it's currently, I already reversed the I already reversed the time frame back, like you guys already know how we do, right? So as you look at the candle, it's already 7:30. I believe I woke up. I'm gonna actually show y'all exactly what happened. So I woke up at about 8 o'clock, 8 in the morning. So by this point, yeah, I think I was, oh yeah, I was still asleep. I was up around this. Sleep here, woke up at 8, cool. So when 8 o'clock hit, right, I'm like, you know what? Checking the charts, I'm doing my due diligence, you feel me? I'm looking to see like, okay, what is the move for today? What are like my exact setups that I'm looking for that's gonna make my team profitable for today, right? So the first thing I look for, I'm like, we're at a zone, right? The same zone. It was already marinating all London session. I don't trade SPX during London session because it's always consolidating. The real moves always happen during New York, as I tell you guys over and over again, right? So as it's approaching this top of the zone, I'm like, okay, bet. It's two things gonna happen here. It's going to push up to this price and then reject like it already did like a whole bunch of times over here, right? So I'm like, okay, this is a potential sell opportunity. Once it closes like below this price, we can look for a sell. But if it breaks, I'm like, all right, bet. We're gonna enter at 44.05. Entry point was like 5 points out, yeah. So 44.05. And I'll probably put like the signal chat alert on there, but it kind of matters. Y'all already know what we do. So TP1 was 44.10, and then TP2 was 44.15. TP3 was like 44.20, right? And so on and so on. So came to support. As it started pushing up, I'm like, okay, this is the TPs I'm looking for the market, right? And then I said, this is the buy entry that I was looking for. And then I said, okay, look, option 2 is if it decides to close below, like if it decides to stay in the zone or come back down below in the zone, we're gonna get a sniper entry at 43.95. So I'm gonna make this color different so y'all can tell the difference. We're just gonna make this yellow. So the 43.95 entry was our sell entry setup, and then this was our buy entry setup. So as you can see, I'm press play. Price started wicking. It was playing. It broke the 4400 level. I'm like, all right, bet. Green light. 4405, and as you can see, it smashed TP1, and I believe it smashed literally. That junk is so crazy. It literally smashed all the TPs, right? And then from there, it gave us our pullback, right? And actually, it didn't smash all our TPs. I had TPs on this all the way going up to like, I think TP4. right? So it smashed TPs, right? And then I always tell y'all, I definitely tell y'all in the chat too. In the chat and for my people that's like in the YouTube videos, if you watch my videos, you should already know. Whenever a market break out of the zone, it's gonna want to come back and retest. And it's gonna come back and retest because it want to make sure, like, okay, bet. It want to make sure and see, like, is this still an area that I can push back down, or is this basically an area that's gonna hit this support level and bounce off? And that's what I was telling them. I said, okay, look, this is the second setup we're gonna look for. If it pushes back down for the retest, cool. Wait to enter again once it break that 44.05, right? So we caught 150 pips, and then bet. Once it pulled back, okay, bet. Give us another chance to catch another 150 pips, which would have gave us 300 pips on the day. But what ended up happening was, alright. So this is the first. I'm gonna slow the speed down because I don't want it to go too fast. So what ended up happening was, this was the retest. Boom, cool. Waiting for it. I think it was the next counter that took off. It retested. It actually went to go smack TP1 and 2. So if anybody took it, congrats to you. If not, that's okay, because at the end of the day, it still started to push back down. It was still testing the zone. It wasn't sure what it wanted to do. So the moment, as you're gonna see in the next candle, I'm pretty sure it took off in the next candle. The moment this candle started pushing back down below, it was time for us to enter that 43.95 area. That's when we was like, okay, bet. We caught the buy, but once it came back down in the zone, this is an obvious confirmation that the market like, nope, I'm not over with this downtrend. I don't really like that you pushed at the 44.15. That's not really cool for me. I want you to actually come back down here in this area where I want to test it one more time, just to make sure that I'm really comfortable with this buy move instead of me just taking this sell move on this downtrend. So the entry here is 43.95. We caught TP1, 43.90, 43.85, 43.80, and I think the last TP was like 43.75. As you can see, after it smash all the buys TPs, and this is why it's important to set TPs, because if you don't, if you're someone that's, you got to know when and when not to let your trade ride out. But so like for in this case, when it's breaking out of the zone, you never technically know if it's going to actually fully break or if it's going to break and then like close right back inside the zone. So to prevent that from happening, or just in general, you want to make sure you have a good rule of thumb, a good habit of putting your TPs, setting TPs, and setting strict pip goals, set reasonable pip goals that you want to catch in the market every single week, every single day when you're placing a trade. Once you do that, it will help with your success record, because you won't worry about holding the trade, or you won't worry about, oh dang, like I was in profit, but am I still in blue, or am I in drawdown now because it pulled back, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this out, because I'm pretty sure if you're a trader, if you were already watching the charts, you saw that the market took off. So the market literally took off, and I'm about to give y'all a gem that I honestly should be charging y'all for, but it's cool. One thing that I peeped about SPX500, one thing that I really peeped, so far in the market conditions for this year, it doesn't, I mean, how do I put this? I feel like what I noticed is only for uptrends is when it does retest and takeoffs, right? Listen to me. Only for uptrends is where I really notice that it goes like, it break and then it retest and then it take off again. Downtrends, for some odd reason, and I know this from experience because obviously I hit stop loss on it before. For downtrends, it doesn't really follow that rule, right? It doesn't really break, retest, and then continue for the downtrend, right? It's so far in this year, it hasn't really shown me that it's okay. I can enter off a retest entry. Like an old me, I would have entered off of this area right here. Wait, is the market actually caught up all the way? Let me see. I don't think so. But I'm gonna wait just in case. So the old me would have entered off of this retest, right? But me, how I've been trading SPX, I don't believe in the retest no more. I'm just only looking for reversals. So the same way, the same rule of thumb, I'm gonna actually get rid of this. So the same way, how this is the support level, I said, okay, bet. If SPX closes above this zone, cool. I'm looking to tell my team we're gonna enter at the break and close of 43.75. This is the area that I want to look for our entry for the buy. Because one, it's already pushing above this previous support level. It's closing above this area. Then you got the next candle that's taking off to hit the TPs. So once again, and I'm not gonna just put the entries on here, but I just want to show y'all. But once again, you're gonna see it take off and literally, I think it smashed literally all 4 TPs again. Like we was literally going up and down in the market, just catching the pips. It didn't make no sense at all. Like I'm like, bro, this junk is ridiculous. So as you can see, boom, this candle. This candle right here is a candle. I literally took it all the way back. Once again, TB4 smash for 200 pips. And it was smooth selling. The reason why I didn't say nothing here and here, because it didn't break and close above. It didn't really even push above this price for me to even consider entering this. Here, all you see is wicks. It wicked the price, but wicking is not the same thing as waiting for it to break. Like when it actually pushes up above that 43.75 area. So that's all we were waiting on for that setup. And this is actually the candle that did it for us, that smacked all the TPs, which gave us another 200 pips. So add us up. We caught 150 pips here. We caught 200 pips for the sale. And then we caught another 200 pips going up. So 200, 200, that's 400. Plus the 100, that's 500. Plus the 50, 550. 550 on the day, simply just off of trading SPX500. And we're not even including the dots trade from London session earlier this morning. Right? And then honestly, I told my team, the buy was the last setup. Alright, bro, the market is really volatile. We don't need to be in and out. But as you can see, I'm going to get rid of the replay mode. As you can see, I easily could have called a whole nother sell here. And we could have capitalized on that on the move. But when you're trading, you don't want to get in the groove of like constantly over trading and constantly entering the market, entering out the market. You gotta learn how to, you gotta learn how to make your profit for the day and get in and get out. Once you do that, it's gonna be way more simpler than you constantly trying to see what's the next move or see what's the next trade I'm taking. Like me having in, this is kind of even just having in all the three, like even I'm stuttering. Even calling the third trade was a little bit too much. I only call probably like, that's right. 3 is as the most I do, but typically I only call about 1 or 2 SPS trades per day, just to make sure we're not risking too much or like getting ready to like start over trading when we don't need to, because the market already paid us out 200 plus pips for the day, right? So 550 on the day, 550 pips on the move for SPX500, and that's it, right? That's how we caught the buys in the market, and that's how we caught the sells in the market. And another gem I actually leave out with is this, like, I already told you, set your goals, set your like pip count, what your goals that you want to accomplish. But make sure you're actually not getting attached to a trade. Today is a perfect example why I can't, or any other individual that's trading, you can't get attached or you can't get emotionally attached to the markets. Because when you get emotionally attached to the markets, you can be someone that's like, oh, it's a buy, so I'm going to hold my buy. I want to swing it for 500 pips. Right? But while you trying to swing it for 500 pips, I was able to catch 500 pips between the buy and the sell. Now I don't got to stress about it. Right? I'm not so caught up on one move. I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm looking at what the market is showing me and capitalizing off of what the market is showing me. Right? So I'm gonna leave you with that. Quick 11-minute video. Just wanted to get in and get out and let you guys know like how today went in the market. It was very good. It took me back to like my like scalping days, actually making sure I'm a sniper with the entry. I'll catch y'all in this video. See you until then.